so much carping in the direction of the Lakers from after Magic made his first take appearance, and we talked about a dumpster fire and El Segundo and what's going on in the front office. Now all the pieces have landed, and I think this roster is much better than the one that they started last year with. I'm wondering what you and the rest of the league are saying about the Lakers right now, that they are in going into year two of LeBron with a bona fide, top-notch, top A-list player in Anthony Davis there, and the rest of the roster around him the way it is.
Yeah, I did a story on this last week. I talked to like 10 or 12 people in the league to get their opinion on where the Lakers are. And number one, they got Anthony Davis, as you said. So they get Anthony Davis and literally field three guys who look like me. They're going to be better because they have two Hall of Famers on their roster. Okay, so that's obviously huge. Secondly, with the signings that they've made, Rich, this summer, way better fit around LeBron. Last year they were living under some dream world that LeBron was going to change the way he played. Now they're like, look, we're going to let LeBron play like he has for the last 16 years, which is he's going to control the ball. So let's get guys around him who can shoot better and can defend. So they get Avery Bradley, they get Danny Green. Boy, they'd love to have Andre Iguodala if he can work out a buyout. I don't know if that can happen, but that would be amazing if they got him. So they're much better suited to surround LeBron with talent, and they obviously have Anthony Davis. So to me, they won 37 games last year. They are absolutely a 50-win team this year, playoff team, can contend for a top four playoff seed in the West. Most people I talk to, and I believe this myself as well, I don't see them as a championship team right now because I don't think they have enough flexibility. I also don't think they have as good of shooters as you're going to need. They're better, but they're not great. And the other thing is you're really relying on LeBron and Anthony Davis to stay healthy. If either of them miss significant time, and I know that LeBron hasn't missed time a lot in his career, but he is coming off an injury-plagued season, it's going to be difficult for them to maintain that high standing. So Anthony Davis said it over the weekend in this press conference. I don't disagree with this. Give us a shot against any team in 7 games. Completely agree. But I think with the competitiveness of the West, unless a bunch of things fall into place, I don't see them as a championship team. But granted, I don't feel hugely strong about that.
But there's also the palace intrigue of the coaching staff, and then I lied. This is the last one because you're the perfect person to ask. Phil Handy, the assistant from the Raptors, as well as previously from the Cavs, just got hired to be on the bench with Vogel and Jason Kidd and LeBron. It's amazing. He did not tweet a damn thing about Vogel or Kidd, but he tweeted about PH, his guy, with the emoji
yeah.
of thank you. I mean, he tweeted that out yesterday. So what's the significance of this hiring, Brian?
Well, Phil Handy is one of the most well-respected development coaches in the league by the players. I don't know if he's respected by everybody else. I mean, he left Cleveland with a little bit of acrimony. But he was the guy who was Kyrie Irving's guy. He kept Kyrie Irving on the straight and narrow when he was in Cleveland. In fact, if I was Brooklyn, I would have tried like hell to get him. But maybe they did. I don't know. So here's the thing. I've just learned this over the last 20 years. LeBron in July is very different from LeBron in January. LeBron in July sits on the couch with a glass of wine, talks philosophy, talks about how he wants to change things, says this is how this season's going to be different. LeBron in January, win at all costs. I don't care what my previous plan is. He has been very supportive of Frank Vogel. He came to his press conference, and I don't think that can be overstated. He has spent time throughout the summer in L.A. Now, granted, he's filming a movie here. They spent time in L.A. working with the young players, working at the facility, I assume building a relationship with Frank Vogel. He has been way more invested with Frank Vogel than he has other previous times he's had first-year coaches. But the LeBron in January that I know that when the bleep goes down, he will gravitate to the people that he trusts and knows, and that is Jason Kidd and Phil Handy. This is what happened with David Blatt in Cleveland. He didn't have a going in respect for David Blatt, although he does, I think, more for Vogel. And when there was trouble early on, he gravitated to the guy that he knew, which is Ty Lue. And as time went by, it was very clear that LeBron only gravitated to Ty Lue. So I don't know what he's going to do. But my concern for Frank Vogel is that LeBron will be drawn more to those other coaches that he has previous relationships with. Again, Team USA, Rich, he won a gold medal with Jason Kidd in 2008. Jason Kidd was the point guard on that Redeem team. So It's something we're going to be watching very closely. It's very difficult for a set of circumstances for Frank Vogel to inherit. It's going to be a very difficult thing for him to pull off, to be honest with you.
I knew that was a good question to ask you, sir.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.